Today, we will address English cases, get the status of them, set some for trial, and possibly take case if we can. All defendants given the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have the right to attorney. Who is with us from public defender's office on Zoom? Is there?
I am Judge.
Okay, Ms. Helen, will you go ahead and put the information into the chat for those who wish to speak with you or those who wish to have the services of the public defender's office today? If you would please put your information into Ms. Helen, how do you want them to contact you? They're gonna send you an email?
Yes, Judge.
All right, Ms. Helen's gonna put some information into the chat. Those who wish to have the services of the public defender's office are gonna put that information into the chat so Ms. Helen can pre-qualify you. When I call your name, you're gonna indicate that you're sending your information to Ms. Helen and you're seeking the services of the public defender's office today. Please go ahead and do that now. Don't wait till later. This is the best time for you to seek the services of the public defender's office. Okay, I'm gonna begin with calling the entire calendar. I know that there are some of those in the courtroom. My ASG's on screen on one here in the courtroom. Your name, sir? I don't think I've seen you before.
Your Honor, my name is ASG Jacob Stevens.
All right, Mr. Stevens, good to see you. All right, let's begin. Benjamin Alvarado. Okay. Milton Andrews.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Leonard Metley on behalf of Mr. Andrews.
Okay. Thank you. We'll be back with you shortly, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I have Randall Harrison, but this case is in diversion. Is that correct? Anyone know? Is Mr. Harrison present?
You said Harrison, Judge?
Is he represented by, there's no entry from public defender's office, but the comments here say diversion status. So I'm assuming this case has been set for diversion? Okay, we'll come back. Latanya Harvey.
I'm here.
All right, Miss Harvey. I'm sorry,
Yes.
Ms. Hooker.
Your Honor, do you have a different calendar than what we have? The reason I ask is because my number 2 starts with Milton Andrews and Tyler Andrews and.
Okay, what it is, I'm looking at now, my calendar is not in number order. It is in alphabetical order. That's not ideal. Okay, mine does get quite a few. I don't know. Is this the right calendar?
It is, Judge. It is, because I'm here.
No, not you. Please don't answer that. Go ahead. It goes from 2 to 21. What happens to 3, 4? I don't. Okay, we're gonna just keep going and pray the
Okay,
Lord
no
that this
problem.
is okay. All right. Latanya Harvey.
I'm here.
All
Good
right, Ms.
afternoon.
Harvey, do you wish, I'm sorry.
Apologies, Judge. Good afternoon. My name is Sarah Rosenhuber. I'm also with the Public Defender's Office, and I'll be representing Ms. Harvey.
All right, thank you. We'll come back to that case. To Marcus Irby.
Good afternoon, Judge. Katie Elward. I represent Mr. Irby. We are going to be asking to put this on for another status calendar. Mr. Irby is active military and he is currently deployed with the Navy and I think expected to return in mid to late August to the country. So I need
Okay.
access to him.
In
if
the
we could.
interest of moving it further, we're gonna put it on a final plea. That doesn't mean that he's gonna take a plea at that time, and if you're not able to resolve it with the state before then, in time to take a plea, we'll move it forward from there to a jury trial calendar, okay?
Thank you, Judge. Will we get a new notice in the mail?
Yes, you will, and let me give you that date. My final plea date I see would be August 4th of, at 1:30. Okay?
And
So
I will
we'll-
just say again, I anticipate he'll still be out of the country and deployed on August 4th.
All right, we'll keep moving it along. Hopefully you'll be able to at least send him an email speak with the solicitor. Who can the solicitor's office will be assigned to that case?
Good afternoon, Judge Williams. That'll be me, get ASG, get the air.
Okay, so perhaps Ms. Githia, is there an offer on this case at this time? If
Yes,
there
Your Honor.
is-
I sent the offer to Ms. Elwart.
All right, so Ms. Elward, perhaps you can discuss that with your client before, on or before the final plea, hopefully maybe via email or something. And we'll see if maybe he can do a plea and abstention, or we can resolve this case through other means, all right?
I appreciate you, Judge. Thank you. Can I be excused?
Yes, you may. Take care. Have a good day.
You too, thanks.
All right, Halfland Jean-Francois. Yes, you're present. Do you have an attorney, sir?
Sir.
Talk very loudly. Do you have an attorney? Do you wish to have the services of the public defender's office? Okay, Mr. Gaither or Mr. Haddad will speak with you. Please have a seat, all right?
Let me see, one of us talk to you.
All right, let's get through this. And he has two cases.
2 cases, okay?
Charles Johnson, I see that this case was previously set on a motions calendar. Was it resolved at that motions calendar? I'm assuming no.
Judge, hold on one moment. Let me,
That's your case.
this is now my case. And what I wanted to bring to everyone's attention is because I don't know, as I'm trying to dig into this, it looks as if, is Mr. Johnson, if he's not present, I'm showing notes that he's currently in a rehab facility. Does anyone have any of that?
I don't have that.
Salvation
information.
Army Adult Rehabilitation Center?
I don't have that information. Mr. Johnson, are you present? Okay, so we have some things to flesh out. Let's get through the calendar, Mr.
Okay,
Gates, and we'll
sure.
revisit that one. Thank you.
Thank you, because this is a transfer case, Judge, so you know.
Okay. All right, thank you. Gregory Lamar?
Good afternoon, Judge. This is Attorney Sterling Stephenson on behalf of Mr. Lamar. He is logged in.
Okay, thank you. We'll come right back to you. We'll
Thank
take
you,
those
Judge.
cases. All right, give me a moment. Thank you. Joseph Lockett? I have that this case is in diversion status as well. Is anyone aware?
Your Honor,
Okay.
I have that on my calendar, but I don't have any of the documentation of that. So I'm gonna be trying to pre-try that case, see if they're here.
Okay, we'll come back to it. Kenoris Martin?
Your Honor, I apologize. Did they sound off is here?
They did not, but and I'm gonna assume that the state wants a bench warrant for each case. We don't need to make that announcement, but thank you.
Martin.
Mr. Martin, do you wish to have the services of the public defender's office, or do you have an attorney at this time?
I have an attorney, but he's not available today. He
Uh,
said,
Your attorney has not entered an appearance on this case that we see. So perhaps give him a call and just see if we can get him to just pop on really quickly to give us an announcement, okay? We'll be holding on your case.
Yes, ma'am.
Shakarton McHenry, please pronounce your name. Say it again. I'm gonna get it right. Shakaritan. Mr. McHenry, do you have an attorney? Do you wish to have services of the public defender's office today? Okay, so we're gonna put down that you're a PD hold. Somebody from the public defender's office will speak with you, all right? Alexis Miller?
Present, Your Honor, and I'm seeking representation in the Public Defender's Office.
Thank you. I appreciate you having already taken care of that, Ms. Miller. Ms. Helen?
I will speak to Miss, yes, Your Honor. I have her down. I will speak to her at the end of the call of calendar.
Thank you, and I'm hoping that you're beginning to start receiving information as well.
Yes.
Shasta Moon, I have that this case is in diversion status as well. So is Ms. Moon present? All right. Rashad Strand. I see Mr. Strand. Mr. Strand, we need
Yes.
your camera on. Are you seeking the services of the public defender's office today? I'm sorry.
Yes,
You are? Okay, you're gonna send Ms. Helen some information shortly and we'll be on hold. I have that down as a PD hold, okay?
Understood, Judge.
Thank you. We will need to be able to see you, so work on that, okay?
okay, I'm right here.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Jeremy Swan?
Present.
And Your
Mrs.
Honor, that will be my case moving forward. Mr. Swan, I have his file. If I could just have a moment to speak with him and we'll report back to the court.
All right, we'll mark that as a pretrial. Thank you. Alicia Thomas. Jacqueline Truitt. I have that this has been reset.
Yes, Judge, and I was gonna, I would like to make an announcement, but I want to make it off the camera, you know.
Okay, we'll come back to that one.
Okay,
then.
sure.
All right. Alan Walker, I have that this is a compliance for diversion, just a check in. Is that correct?
That's what, this is another case that was transferred to me, Judge, from our prior attorney.
Okay.
I have not had a chance to follow up on it, but
We'll come back. to it.
okay.
I understand. Thank you. Derek Walker. You're present, Mr. Walker. Do you have an attorney?
No.
Do you wish to have services to public defender's office? All right, thank you. We'll have you down as a PD hold. I have that Shamika Webb is here as a status check for diversion. Is that correct? Is Ms. Webb present?
I'm here.
Do you, Ms. Webb, do you have an attorney?
I don't.
All right, is anyone, I have down, any member of the solicitor's office aware, I have this, we're just here to see if she's completed diversion.
Same announcement as before, Your Honor. Again, it's listed as diversion status, but I'm not seeing
It speaks to her.
documentation, so I'll do
Okay.
retrial.
Understood. All right, please hold, Ms. Webb. Michael
Okay.
Wharton,
Good afternoon.
Yes, I'm here, Judge.
Attorney Keith Farmer on behalf of Mr. Ward. He's present on Zoom as well.
okay, thank you. Please hold. DeAndre Craft Williams. Okay. Deanna Wembley.
I'm here.
Okay, Ms. Wembley, do you have an attorney or do you wish to seek the services of the public defender's office?
I do not have an attorney.
Do you wish to have a public defender?
I can represent myself.
You to represent yourself, okay. And you feel confident that you have a good hold on the knowledge and the laws of the state of Georgia sufficient to do so at this time before we go forward?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll be back with you. Please hold. Demekia Woodruff. Okay, that concludes the entire status calendar as I have it.
Your Honor, I have several positions that were,
I see several parties on the line as well, so I feel that my calendar must be truncated. Okay.
My name called.
Wait, don't start it. No, please don't do that.
Yeah, I ain't heard my name either.
Okay, I understand this. That's 100% clear. There's several names that were not called. Please hold. Do not start speaking at once. That will only make it go longer, all right? All right, I believe what happened is this calendar omitted positions 3 through 20. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go back and try to cross-reference as best I can.
Your Honor, I also believe positions 34 through 40 as well.
Yikes. Okay. Okay, Courtney Bagley.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay, do you have an attorney?
No, ma'am.
Do you wish to seek the services of the public defender's office?
Yes. And I also have a question.
No
So-
questions yet. Please, send Ms. Helen the information so she can help you, all right? Dorethia, we will come back and address your issue though. Please hold. Dorethia
All right.
Bates. All right, Ms. Bates, do you have an attorney? Okay, I see that there's some comments here. We'll pre-try your case, okay? I think someone from the solicitor's office will need to speak with you. All right, Demetrius Batson.
And
Courtney-
Judge, apologies. If Mr. Batson does show, I will be representing him. Not sure that he will, but just wanted to
Okay.
let the court know.
I'll say pre-try, thank you. Cornelius Kane,
Here.
do you have an attorney, Mr. Kane?
No, ma'am.
Do you wish to seek the services of the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please send Ms. Helen your information. I have you down as a PD hold. Thank you. Antonio Cherry,
Yes, ma'am, I'm present.
same question. Do you wish to seek the services of the public defender's office?
Well, I had a public defender for one case and I
Oh,
had.
I'm sorry. Hold on one second. Yes. You
That's one of our-
represent him, Mr. Haddad?
I don't, but Donnie Pulliam is in our office, Judge, but we're handling it.
I have that file, Judge. I apologize. Just didn't want to interrupt, but I'm happy
Okay.
to speak to Mr. Cherry. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll announce pretrial for that one. Thank you. Unique Clemens.
Your Honor, Ms.
I'm
Clemens.
here, Your Honor.
Judge, if, that's gonna be our case. She does qualify.
Okay.
And
We'll announce pretrial. Thank you. Joseph Koss.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Brandon Rosenblum for Mr. Koss.
All right, thank you. Please hold, Mr. Rosenblum. I appreciate that. Okay, Jimmy Denny. Jawara Doster.
I'm here. Jimmy Denny?
Jimmy Denny is here. Do you have an attorney?
No, ma'am.
Do you wish to have the services of the public defender's office?
No, ma'am.
You do not?
No, ma'am.
Okay, please hold. Dale Ehrenberg? Or Ehrenberg, I'm sorry. I have that one's in the version.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, do you have an attorney?
No, I don't.
Okay, I need you to turn on your camera. It's like you're not here if we can't see you.
What's that?
We need you to turn on your camera.
My camera? I thought it was on. Okay, wait a second. It says start video. Okay.
Okay.
You see me now?
Do you wish to have an attorney? I'm sorry, do you wish to seek the services of the public defender's office?
No, I wouldn't qualify. I wanted to enter a plea anyway.
Okay, I'll let you speak with one of the prosecutors. Hold one moment, okay?
All right.
All right, Paul Elliott. Tony Evans.
Hey, Your Honor, I'm so sorry. Alan Lightcap on behalf of Mr. Elliott. I was on mute. I apologize. Mr.
Okay.
Elliott is here. I'm Alan Lightcap and I'm representing him. I had been talking to Miss Dillingham from the solicitor's office about potential resolution, and I would ask the court to be reset for a status next month because I believe we're working close to get a resolution, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm gonna put it on a final plea since you're working to a resolution. And if you're unable to reach something from there, we'll move further to a either bench or jury trial, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
We'll put it on the final plea on August the 4th at 1:30. You and your client can be excused, all right?
Thank you so much, Your Honor. Have a great day.
Okay, take care. Tony Evans. Jalen Gill.
I'm here, Your Honor.
And Judge, I'll be handling that case if I could pre-try it, please.
Okay, thank you. Jimmy Gibbons.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Mr. Gibbons, do you wish to have the services of the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll have you down as a PD hold. Thank you. Brandon Griffin.
I'm here, Your Honor.
All right. Do you wish to have the services of the public defender's office?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. I'll have you down as a hold. Someone will speak with you shortly. Christopher Hodges. Hamer Hodges.
Yes, ma'am.
You're present? All right. Do you
And
have?
Judge, I'll be
That's your
handling
case?
that case as well. Yes, Judge.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And we did Randall Harrison, so let's see where this calendar picks up with my old one. Yikes.
Guess they already know I'm represented by an attorney.
Yes, that's what you.
Okay, so I think this one goes from Shock the Moon and it skipped over Matthew Northcross. Is Matthew Northcross present? Christopher Papacy, perhaps. Quayside Parker. I have that one's in the version. Ariel Plaza. Carlos Portilla Melgar.
Judge, that's my case. It's a mental health issue, Judge, that we're getting an evaluation for him.
And Your Honor, the interpreters here in that case as well.
Okay, I remember this case. We'll say pre-trial for now. Okay, we'll come back to it. All right, Deshauna Shivers.
Yes, Your Honor, Attorney Barnes for Ms. Shivers. I believe that a null process she's done everything. Null
She's
process was supposed to be
completed.
submitted today.
She's
Yes.
completed the diversion. Now it's good to see you, Ms. Barnes. All
Good to
right.
see you too.
All right. Does the state have any information regarding this?
Same announcements before, Your Honor. I had to.
They have to look at it. Ms. Barnes, please hold. We'll come right back. And once the
Thank
state
you.
has a chance to look at it, we'll announce the resolution, okay?
Thank you.
All right, Anthony Smith. And I believe that's where my calendar picked back up. Now, in a very orderly manner, those who are on Zoom, and I did not call your name, please click the feature that says raise hand. Please do not call out. You didn't call my name. Anyone in the courtroom whose name I didn't call, please stand. So everyone here in the courtroom's name has been called. Everyone on Zoom, no, click the raise hand feature. Don't just raise your actual hand because the screen will shift you to the top so that I can address you. Please click the raise hand feature if we have not called your name. Okay. All right, for those private attorneys who are on the line, let's begin with those first. The case that belonged to Mr. Medley, Mr. Milton Andrews, which ASG is assigned to that case?
I am, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Githia, will you please, is it possible for Ms. Githia to speak with Mr. Medley, please?
That was going to be a plea, Your Honor. We had discussed a plea and.
Oh, it is a plea?
The paperwork was sent to him late last night.
Okay, so Mr. Medley, we're taking a plea today.
Your Honor, I spoke to the solicitor about this, assistant solicitor, and this will be a plea. I would ask to move the plea so my client can complete all the conditions of the plea and not be placed on probation since he lives out of state.
Okay, so you're asking to not take the plea today?
Correct, Your Honor. I'm asking to go to the final plea date so we can take it that day, which will give him about 30 days to complete all the conditions.
Does the state have any objection to me putting him on the August 4th final plea?
No objection, Your Honor.
Okay, and that calendar may be in person, Mr. Medley. You understand that is a possibility? I don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll reset that case, all right?
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused?
Yes, you may. Take care.
Have a great day.
All right, you too. All right, let's go to the next private attorney case. I believe that was Mr. Stephenson on position 27. Who's assigned to the case of Gregory Lamar for the state?
That'd be me, Your Honor.
Okay, do you want to maybe step into the hall and give Mr. Stephenson a call? Mr. Stephenson, are you still present?
Judge, I'm still here.
Okay, I don't really know how to get a phone number for you to Mr. Stevenson here in the courtroom with me.
Your Honor, for any of the private attorneys that would like to pre-trial with me, if they want to put their number in the chat directly to me, they can send it. And
Okay.
at the end of the calendar, once you call the private attorneys, I'll step out and handle all of them at once.
Okay, so let's do that. So the problem with this calendar is I don't have a clear order. Mr. Stevens, what numbers would you have in theory? You would have the first half of the calendar?
I have the second half, Your Honor. Everything.
Okay.
In 27, basically from the L's to the W's.
Which again is not that helpful today. So you would need to speak with Mr. Stephenson. Because technically, if the public defender's office wants to start speaking with those who are here, that's fine. Mr. Gaither, you had an announcement?
Yeah, I just wanted to, I can go ahead and make my announcement instead of waiting on position on my calendar is 44 is Miss Jacqueline Truitt. The reason why her case was assigned today is because we wanted her case to go to mental health court. And so it was just assigned today to check the status of whether it was actually accepted in the mental health court. And what I wanted to say is that her mother, who's 78 years old, she's just not feeling well to drive Miss Truitt here today, so I told her to stand by. I make this announcement for her.
Okay, 1 second though. Who would be the ASG assigned in that case? That's Mr. Stevens too?
I apologize, Your Honor. What position or what's the name? of
Position
that?
44.
It's 44 on our calendar.
Yes, I
Okay,
would
so
do it.
is Ms. Truitt is here today?
No, she's
Okay,
not.
so let's deal with the ones where people aren't here. I'm trying
Okay.
to get everybody who's private counsel out of here so
Sure.
that we can begin the other process of pre-trial. Mr. Gates, if you want to speak to those who are here for your clients, that might be ideal. All right, let's see who needs to speak to Mr. Stevens. It would be Mr. Stephenson that needs to speak with him. Then it would be, let's see. That might be the only one that you have. No, Mr. Farmer would need to speak to you as well. Mr. Farmer, are you still present?
I am, Your Honor, and we have already had conversation. I think it's just a matter of moving this to a final plea day or potentially.
You don't believe we can take the plea today by any chance?
It's possible, Your Honor. If
That's what, so
Farmer, I can
let's
pre-trial.
pre-try it. Let's see. Mr. Farmer, will you please send a phone number in the chat to Mr. Stevens? So he can give you a quick call, then we can have announcements as to whether or not we can take the plea. I believe those are the only people waiting for Mr. Stephenson. The rest will be assigned to Ms. Ithiea. Let me go back through my calendar, which again is woefully over the place. And if you would also check Attorney Barnes's case, Mr. Stevens, that's the one where we're seeing that she's completed the diversion requirements and we'll get the no pros.
It's Your Honor.
Okay.
Your Honor, do you want me to put my number in the chat, Your Honor?
Please chat Mr. Stevens as well so he can give you a call.
Thank you.
And I apologize. Are there other private attorneys on the line that I'm still waiting to assign?
I'm here, Your Honor, on Mr. Cox's case.
Okay, right, Mr. Cost, and that would go to Ms. Githia, correct?
Right, we've been discussing the case already. I just received discovery just prior to the call of the calendar. There's a co-defendant's case who's not been finished being formally accused. I think
Okay.
we need to wait on
Before
that
we get
case.
into that, so I'm gonna ask that you just speak with Ms. Githia briefly. Who else is waiting for Ms. Githia? Is it you, Mr. Joyner, perhaps? Mr. Joyner, you're muted.
Hello, Your Honor, can you hear me?
I can now.
Thank you very much. I am here as a victim. in a-
Okay.
in a
And what
case-
case are you the victim for?
Mr. Kane.
Okay. All right, please hold, Mr. Joyner. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so the only people waiting to speak to Ms. Githia would be Attorney Cost. Is there anyone else? All right, can we please begin the process of pre-trying the private attorney cases? Come back with announcements, please, and those waiting to speak to Mr. Haddad, whoever you need to speak with, or do you have a more specific
I
announcement?
have one specific announcement.
Okay, hold on 1 second before you do that. If Ms. Githia is assigned to the case you're gonna talk to me about, the one here with the interpreter, or was that Mr. Stevens who already left?
It's actually his case that is interpreter I'm asking for, but I'll address the whole one.
When he comes back, since I've already let him go.
I'm basically asking to reset it. He knows that I'm trying to get a mental health evaluation for my client. I'm trying to excuse the interpreter. That's why.
Okay, give me 1 second. I understand that situation. All right, so Ms. Githia is gonna start pre-trying as will Mr. Stevens. I do need to know if the state has it, does Mr. Stevens object to that case being reset?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm in the hallway right now and I'm gonna start calling.
Okay, before you do you object to the case with the interpreter being reset? I know there's still some due diligence to be done with the mental health evaluation, is my understanding.
I'm walking back in the courtroom, Your Honor.
Okay, that works. Thank you. Mr. Haddad, will you come back too? Just for a second. This case, Mr. Haddad, I'm sorry, then you can go back. You're asking that we excuse the interpreter for position 8 for Tio Melgar
And my client as well.
and your client. I remember this case. This is the gentleman that has a difficulty coming back and forth, correct? That's why I was saying, is there anything we could do today while we had an interpreter and?
The issue is the same, is my client is not competent, he's never gonna be competent. But I'm trying.
And the
to
state's
I'm trying to
position?
get a specific expert. The state refuses to vet docket. I'm not training animals.
No, I understand the state's position, because I don't want, we've had this case, this is my second time at least that I'm aware of. Is there anything we can do with this matter today?
Your Honor, at this point, right now, the defense is saying he's incompetent, and I can't even offer a plea.
That's true.
So we'd have to go to a trial, or sorry, wait for a trial once we find out he is competent. So at this point.
Okay,
we're not-
so what we'll do is further notice for jury trial, unfortunately, that's the best way to handle it. That should give you enough time to maybe get that evaluation, you think?
I mean, I'll try. The problem is, it's multiple. One is my client can't go and meet a doctor. So I have to find a doctor who would be willing to come examine him. And
What can you, not to be facetious, Mr. Dodd, he's here today. He can't make it to a doctor who can evaluate him at some point?
The issue is the reliability of transportation for him. Be as it may, jury trial is fine. I will try.
It's not ideal, I understand it, but the problem is that we're gonna get stuck here if we don't do something else. Okay, so I'll excuse the interpreter and Mr. Portillo Melgar. We will set this case on an order jury trial for the notice. Hopefully we can move this forward and get the evaluation done for Terry. All right? With interpretation, please explain that he's free to go and the case will be reset.
Yeah.
All right, let's let the three trials commence. Thank you. Everyone will be on a very, very brief hold.
And Your Honor, I apologize. It looks like there's someone who has their hand raised in the Zoom.
I'm coming back to that person. And the people who would wish, okay, who is present at iPhone?
Michelle Todd.
Ms. Ty, your name does not appear on this calendar. Do you have a notice that says that you're supposed to be here today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if you could take a picture of that notice and email it to Ms. Redden in the chat so she can look it up and see why your name is not appearing, okay? There's an email address in the chat. Take a picture of your notice and make sure it has your case number on it so we can look it up, okay? Thank you. All right, everyone else is either waiting for the solicitor's return or the assistance of the public defender's office or the announcement of their private attorney. Ms. Givier, you've returned.
Oh, no, I was gonna say, before I go into the breakout room, could you confirm if Tyler Andrews' name was called?
Tyler Andrews did not appear on my calendar at
Okay.
first. But
Okay.
let's see, is Mr. Tyler Andrews present? No.
Okay, and Mr. Rosenblum and I can be placed into a breakout room.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Doster, I see that you're here. Do you have an attorney? Unmute yourself, please.
Okay, no, you can hear me now? No, I don't.
Do you wish to have services of public defender's office?
Yes.
Okay, send an email to Ms. Helen as indicated in the chat. All right?
Okay.
All right, thank you. Let's all be on a very brief hold while we go through the pretrial efforts. And as attorneys have announcements, please come back onto the Zoom and make those announcements. I would appreciate it.
Excuse me, Judge, could you resend it? I don't see it.
Okay. I don't have it. Ms. Helen has an email in the chat. It says Catrice.Helen. If you scroll up a little bit, you should see how to send her an email. If you send her an email with your phone number, she will give you a call to see if you qualify. Okay?
Can she re-put it in the chat room? Because we had to come back in and we don't see any of the chats anymore.
I can resend it, Judge.
Thank you.
And if anyone needs anything from me, please message me directly in the Zoom conference call. Thank you.
Yes, please don't put in the general chat. The whole world will see. All right.
Excuse me, Judge. Do I need to zoom out to email her this paper?
You shouldn't have to, but if you need to drop out, you can just come back. Okay, but your name is not on this calendar unless you
Okay.
have an alias or some other name that you might be known by.
I apologize, Judge. Just one more announcement. There's a lot of people on Zoom. Please check your chat.
Please help Miss Helen help you.
He has a certificate showing she's completed the report, so this is the prosecutor.
Yep. I think the first half
Wait a
is
minute,
Miss
so,
Gutierrez.
so can we email that? Can we scan it?
Yeah. Not him.
Judge, I'm back on the cost case.
All right, and you all have an announcement. I'm assuming you were not able to resolve.
Not today, Your Honor. My client has a.
How disappointing.
I know.
Okay,
We have another court date for his other case on August 24th, and that will greatly affect this case. We would ask that this case be placed on a late August, early September calendar.
okay. Are you asking for which type? Final plea? Do we
Status,
believe we'll be able to resolve it at that time?
I hope so. I believe so.
Okay. I'm gonna put it on a final plea. What do I have final plea late August? Okay, what will happen is we don't have a late August date yet. But we will reset that case to a late August date. You'll get another notice. All right.
Thank you very much, Mr.
All right, you're free to go at this time. Take care.
Thank you.
Your Honor, there are some pro se, did they want to speak with me in the breakout room? They just want to hear what the offer is?
There's no other private attorneys waiting for you. I was gonna let you speak with the public defenders first.
Okay.
Hey, Ms.
I think
Gutierrez.
that makes more sense.
Okay,
Ms. Gutierrez,
yes.
positions 24 and 25, if you can send me what your offer is in those cases.
Okay,
Yeah, he's present in court. I just spoke with him. I will represent him. But I don't know I really don't know what his case is about, but at least if you can give me what the offer is, I'll talk to him a little further and see what, just to see what can we do today, if anything.
you want me to place it on the record?
No, not yet.
No.
Okay.
No, please pre-try.
You can just email it to me.
Okay,
In the chat, email, whatever's easy for you.
okay.
And I'm sure other members of the public defender's office will need to speak with you as well.
Right. And Your Honor, I have an announcement though on position.
Mr. Gutierrez, can you say the last name versus the position?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Last name Walker, first name Derek, and he's position 46 on the calendar I had.
Okay. You represent him or he just?
I will represent him. He's in court, but that's the case. We just need to further notice to, I guess, if this is a status conference calendar, I guess the final plea calendar, to give me an opportunity to get the file. It's a DUI case and it sounds like there are several potential defenses that we won't be able to work it out today.
Okay. And we will put this on the final plea calendar, August 4th. I believe. Yes, at 1:30.
Okay.
Mr. Walker is free to go.
Yeah, give me 2. Yeah, here we go. And look for my emails, because as soon as I get the box, look for my email, because as soon as I get that, as soon as I create the file of the information, I'm gonna email and share the file.
Okay. Mr. Stevens has been on. Will be on a brief hold.
Okay, I got another case like that. Okay. Yeah. And Your Honor, while we're waiting, let me make 2 requests on 2 cases that I have as well that were transferred to me.
Before you do that, no one else here needs to speak with you?
Mr. Haddad is speaking with,
Everyone else?
yes, he's speaking with the gentleman in the yellow shirt. I forget his name. Yeah. Mr. Haddad is speaking with him.
Okay.
I'm speaking with the other gentleman. That's who Miss Githier is giving me,
The office
the
on?
offers on.
Okay.
And this young lady right here, Miss Bates, we have already provided a proof of completion of the program. And
So we're
that
just
was
waiting on-
emailed to Miss Githier.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
Mr. Gates, I need to speak with you about that certificate that I got.
So let's do all of that first, and then I'll hear all I'm just trying to clear out as many people as we can. Okay, Mr. Haddad, your announcement.
Judge, on position number 31, he does not qualify for the service.
Mr. McHenry?
Yes, Judge. He can speak to the prosecutor, although I don't know if they're
Okay.
making any offers for him.
Okay, Mr. McHenry, please hold, okay? I'm trying to let the solicitor speak to as many of the attorneys first, and they can speak to individual parties. Go ahead.
Let me make an announcement for Miss Bates, Bates Dorothea.
Uh-huh.
Dorothea, Miss Githier, my announcement is, I don't represent her. As a courtesy, I'm trying to help her out because she's here in court. And now what I understand is that the certificate that she just sent you, she's here in court to show that she is currently attending those classes, but she hasn't completed them yet. So I know there's 24 classes, and on that certificate, it shows that she's completed like number 9.
So
So-
she just needs to come back again. when she's done.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're gonna reset Ms. Bates to the August. We'll do a status for that one because it just makes sense. How many more weeks does she have? Okay.
She says, she said
So
15.
then that needs to go all the way out to October-ish. Okay, so you'll get another notice, Ms. Bates. We don't have a date yet, but you'll get a reset further notice towards the end of October to come back and show completion. Okay? Okay. All right, you're free to go at this time.
Judge Williams, this is Attorney Sterling Stephenson. Can I make an announcement on the Gregory Lamar case?
Yes, please do.
I just got off the phone with Solicitor Stevens. I'm still waiting to get discovery in this matter. He said he would get it to me by next week. He did communicate the offer on the table, respectfully asking for a reset to the status of the next status hearing. I believe it's on August 4th, in order to get discovery, review it, and advise my client on how to proceed.
Okay. Is it likely that we'll take a plea, or do you believe more that, because I'm trying not to keep putting us from status to status. I'm trying to move our cases forward if we can, Mr. Stephenson. If you don't believe, go ahead.
I'm sorry,
I'm
Nora, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm optimistic that we will be able to plea it out at the next hearing.
Okay, so let's put it on a final plea again, and please remind me of your client's name one last time.
Gregory Lamar.
Okay, my calendar is Very interesting. So let's put Mr. Lamar on the final plea calendar on August the 4th.
What time, Judge?
That should be at 1:30.
August the 4th at 1:30. That basically concludes my business for the day. May my client and I be excused.
Yes, you may. Take care. Have a good day.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
All right.
Your Honor, may I make an announcement on Ms. Woodruff, Alicia Woodruff?
Oh, hi, Ms. Watson Cafe. You're freezing really badly
Oh,
and lagging. Do you want to step somewhere where the signal might be slightly better? Because go ahead. You can try.
I can type it in the chat.
Okay. What is your announcement? Let's try to hear it. Oh, she's gone. Okay.
Pardon my interruption. Mr. Gill, can you please join PD in room 2?
It's in the chat, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Oh, you're waiting on discovery. Where are you asking that this case be reset? Is it possible to pre-try it today, Ms. Watson Cafe?
Not without the discovery, really.
Okay. All right. So what we'll do is we will, are we likely to be able to take a plea in this case based on what you know up to this point, Ms. Watson Cafe?
I think so. I mean, I would doubt that it would need to be resolved by trial. So as soon as I can get the discovery and go over everything.
Okay, so let's put it on a later final plea then. Is there something later than August the 4th? We don't know yet. Okay, so we're gonna put it on a final plea calendar in late August. I mean, so that should give us some time. I don't have a date yet, but you will get a notice regarding that date, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you can be excused. Take care.
Thank you.
Okay, any other announcements here in the courtroom?
Yes, if you give me half a second, Judge. You know what, while he's writing it down, I can make the announcements now.
Go ahead, I'm ready.
Oh, girl, I just lied to you because I need my calendar. So soon as he give me his information on the calendar. Okay, Your Honor, positions 24 and 25. Mr. Hamlin, Jean Francois. I received the state's offer and we're not going to be able to work that out today. So we want to further notice this to the final plea calendar. Give me an opportunity to file necessary pleadings, get the state's file, discuss with my client, and then talk to the state further.
Okay. So final plea and not jury trial.
Yes, final plea, final plea.
All right, so August 4th, final plea. You have your client's information?
Yes, I do.
All right, sir, you are free to go at this time. And that case will be so reset. And is Mr. Stevens back? No.
No, no, Judge.
Okay.
You want him, that's all. I can do it like on his Windows status.
No.
I have, the other one for late August final, plea, but.
Let's do final plea.
Honestly,
And if they can't, they won't. Okay. Is Ms. Githia back on the Zoom? Are the, if does Ms. Helen or anyone need to speak with Ms. Githia? If not, Ms. Githia can start taking the,
And
Go ahead, Mr.
now I'm ready for my announcement in my other two cases, Judge. So let me starting with last name Johnson, first name Charles, and Walker Allen, because it's gonna be the same announcement for both. I'm asking that the court temper its justice with a little mercy.
I'm sorry, what was the names again?
But the first case is Charles Johnson. And then the other case I have is Alan Walker.
Okay.
And I'm just asking that the court temper a little justice with mercy here. I have not had an opportunity to speak with either individual. These cases were recently transferred to me and I just got hit with a slew of cases within the past couple of weeks. And so I don't know that both of them are, neither one of them are here. I don't know whether they received notice. And I'm seeing a note in the file that one may be in a rehab facility. I just need some time to reach out to my clients and talk to them to see if they even know to be in court.
Okay, do we know what happened to these cases at the motions calendar? As it was.
It was I probably withdrew the motion because that's when I first received the file and realized that a motion was like the next day or something, or was that another case? Okay, I'm sorry.
Judge, and initially must have Orca placed on the motions calendar prior to being placed on the status calendar.
Okay.
For a status calendar, rather than put it back on the motions calendar to ensure that it needs to be on
the motions calendar. And neither party has appeared today. Okay, what we'll do is we'll place note. For I typically do not.
Mr. Doster, I'm giving you a phone call. If you could answer that phone for me, thank you.
I typically do not issue bench warrants on the status anyway. They just go to a show cause.
Okay.
So show cause, you'll still have more time.
Thank you, Judge. That gave me time.
I don't do bench warrants from this calendar anyway.
Thank you, Judge. That gave me
So
time to reach out to them.
anybody who was an FTA today from status will go to a show cause.
Okay, thank you,
That
Judge.
should give me time to get in touch with either of those two individuals.
Mr. Gaither, where is it that you believe that he is?
Well, I'm just seeing a note in the file. I don't know whether he's still there, but it looks like Salvation Army Adult Rehabilitation Center. I don't know. I just see a note. I haven't had a chance to follow up. So I need to locate him. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Okay.
Are there other, Mr. Gaither or Mr. Haddad, do either of you need to speak to Ms. Githia?
No.
Ms. Helen, do you need to speak to Ms. Githia? Or can I go ahead? Does anyone, Ms. Rosenhuber, do you need to speak with Ms. Githia?
I do, Judge. I also have a couple other people on the Zoom that I need to talk to, but I do have 2 cases to talk to her about. So whenever she's ready.
Okay, why don't we do that and then you can speak to your other people.
Sounds good.
All right, and then we'll continue.
Mr. Gaither, was it Mr. Walker or Mr. Johnson that you believe may be in Salvation?
It may be, it's Charles Johnson. Yeah, I need to locate him. I need to locate Alan Walker as well.
Okay, so anyone who FTAs from the status, then I'm not gonna issue.
And then what I was saying with Jacqueline Truitt, that defendant, she's the one where the prosecutor's following up on her mental health, and it's been her mother. She doesn't thrive, and it's been her mother.
It's the one that I told you about.
Exactly. And she's 78 years old, and I've been on the phone with her the past couple of days. She's just not feeling well and up to driving downtown Atlanta today. So
nobody can put them on the Zoom?
Trust me, Judge, we try.
Right,
And
okay.
she is on standby. If you need to talk to her on the phone, she'll pick up the phone in a heartbeat.
There's nothing I would need to speak to her. Where's Mr. Stevens? Is he here?
Oh,
He is the bottom of the calendar.
he is in the hallway speaking with, I think, attorneys on the phone.
Okay, so let's come back to Ms. Truitt's case. We'll come back to that one. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
the Carrington Mahara is asking if his case to be reset, have to be at work and momentarily.
No, just give us a second. When Ms. Givier comes back, I'll let you speak to her, and then you can go, okay?
Hey, Judge, I don't mean to interrupt. Hey, Judge, how you doing? Tasha Barnes here. I just spoke with the solicitor and they are gonna now process this case.
Okay, so you and your, I'm sorry, please remind me, who was your client again?
Yes, I'm sorry, Deshauna Shivers.
Shivers. Okay, once I receive the non-cross, I'll be end of it. You and your client are free to go. Take care, Ms. Barnes.
Thank you so much. Good to see you, Judge.
Good to see you. Take care. Have a good day.
Okay, all right, bye-bye.
Yes.
True, Madam Master, I have an emergency that at my home right now that I need to see to right now. It's a very emergency right now.
Is the emergency you had to go to work? Why would you say you had to go to work first? And then now it's an emergency? Which one is it?
Hey, Bo. Wait,
I'm sorry?
I talked to my boss man already, but I have emergency at home already. I have emergency at home as well.
All right, let me see. Give me a moment. I believe. Believe me, we would all like to leave in a timely manner. I'm trying to make sure your case is taken care of and get everyone else where they need to go.
Hello?
Yo, what is this? Do that's on the top.
Ms. Redham, will you send Ms. Cavania an email asking her to please come out of where she is so she can speak to this gentleman? And then he can speak to her and go. Or give him he'll need a number to call her to, or some way to call her.
Judge, I apologize. Are you asking for me or Miss Githia? We're on the phone right now.
Ms. Githia, if she could please come back to the Zoom. There is a gentleman who's representing himself pro se who is indicating he has an emergency.
Okay, I'll let her know right now.
If she
Judge.
could come back to, yeah, if she could take a pause and speak with him. We'll also need a number whereby he can reach her.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Thank you for doing that. I appreciate that.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Githia, there's a gentleman here in the courtroom who needs to speak with you regarding his case. I believe it's assigned to you, Mr. McHenry, position 31, or is that Mr. Stevens' case?
That's Mr. Stevens.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Can we direct Mr. Stevens to come back in?
I'm here, Your Honor. Which?
Mr. Stevens, if you come back in and speak to Mr. McHenry, he's indicated he does not qualify for the services of public defender's office. He's indicated he has an emergency and needs to leave right now. So
Okay.
can you speak with him regarding his case or he can be excused?
Yes, I can. I'll come back in.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, I do have two brief announcements.
Okay.
Okay, for position number 9, Mr. Antonio Cherry, he's present over Zoom. Ms. Githia and I are talking about the case. I think we're close to resolving it. We just need to work out a few details. If we could get the final plea date of, I believe Your Honor said August 4th is your next date, correct?
Yes, I appreciate you attempting to pre-try it. We'll reset to August 4th. And Mr. Cherry can be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. Was that your only announcement, Ms. Rosenberg?
I have one more, Judge. It's position 17, Mr. Jalen Gill.
All right.
Same announcement. Ms. Githia and I are looking into a possible diversion, a possible plea. If we could get the August 4th date just to work out some details, I think we'll have it resolved on that day.
All right. So reset to August 4th. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. There was another pro se individual waiting to speak with Ms. Githia, I believe at the end of the calendar. Let me see who that one is.
I think she's my lawyer.
Hold 1 second, no speaking, please. That only makes it take longer. Okay, is that Ms. Githia? If Ms. Githia could be placed in a breakout with Ms. Wembley, please, to discuss. Ms. Wembley, do not give her your defenses or what you think.
Not to interrupt, Your Honor, Ms. Wembley is Mr. Stevens' case.
Oh, again, there's no one to be able to speak to you then. Everybody's first say that I have is from the top of the calendar. Okay. Oh, Mr. Denny, you can speak with Mr. Denny then. Ms. Cynthia, he's position 12.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Denny, are you present?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, well, I'm gonna put you on a breakout and give you a chance to speak with Melissa since you're representing yourself today. Do not give her your defenses. Anything you say to her, she can use it against you, okay? So just hear the offer and then let her come back and announce how we're gonna move forward with your case, okay?
All right.
Thank you. So if we could put those two in a breakout.
Mr. Hamer Hodges, I sent you a breakout room request and the PD is waiting to speak with you.
Hello?
Hello.
Mr. Haddad or Mr. Gaither, any announcements?
I was just waiting for an announcement for, from, the status of Jacqueline Truitt's case.
Anything other than that?
Other than that, I don't have any further announcements, and that's the last case I'm waiting on.
Okay.
And I don't have.
There's so many people waiting on Zoom to speak to Miss Helen. It's really, well, we're working.
Yeah,
through
we
it.
do have Ms. Rosen Hoover as well,
But
Judge.
yeah, same announcement there as well. All right, Mr. Stevens, there's a long line of people who want to speak to you too. Any announcements?
Right now, we're just gonna quick announcement. Ms. Henry, I apologize. He's got that emergency that we weren't able to resolve for pretrial, so we're asking to reset for August 4th.
Final plea?
I would say for status right now, Your Honor.
I'm trying not to keep resetting to status.
And the
Okay.
only reason why right now is because he wants to potentially obtain private counsel.
Yeah, that makes
We
sense.
need to look at some of his driving history to see if it's gonna get upgraded.
Okay, so we'll move it to August 4th status.
And you know what time that would be at, Your Honor?
I'm sorry,
You know what time that would be at?
that's at 9 AM. Please make sure you take the day off and try to resolve what other issues, okay? Because it is a formal court proceeding. You can't just run in and say, I have to go to work. It doesn't work, all right?
I thought it was at 9 o'clock. I had got it mixed up. I didn't know it was at 1:30. That's why.
Okay, well, I'm assuming you still need to take care of that work/emergency, so go ahead and go.
All right, thanks. Thanks.
And then your other, for my other announcements, I think the other attorneys have already made the announcements on my behalf, but for position number 27, Gregory Lamar, that's gonna be reset for a status.
I had a final plea. They
Uh,
said that you all were close.
we are close. I thought you wanted to do a status, but if he wants to do a final.
He said final plea, so we're gonna leave that final plea 1:30. And then the next,
Next should be position 39.
that one is the null pros.
Yes, so I have received a copy of that. It was sent to the litigation manager for Judge Richardson. So I have a copy of that. I'll make sure to send over to you as well.
All right.
And position 48, I'm speaking with the attorney right now. I've already communicated the offer. He's gonna speak to his client. He's just trying to give me a call back now. And that's the only thing I've been able to get through so far. I also see, it looks like the attorney for position number 50 put something in the chat about since no discovery, he's not accepting anything yet. I'm not sure if they're still.
Okay, that's Miss Watson Cafe. She said that they've gotten nothing, so we've already reset that one to this final plea late August.
Okay, you said.
So, after that, there's a couple pro se people on Zoom waiting to speak to you, Mr. Stevens.
For position number 50, you said late August. Do you know what date, Your Honor?
Sorry, we didn't have a date yet. Well, I'm sorry, that should be 51, not 50.
Okay.
What's the rest is late August for
Yeah.
final please,
Yes,
please.
no one else knew.
Okay.
And once Ms. Gizzier returns, she'll speak to Mr. Ernberg. And then after that, Mr. Stevens, once he finishes with the attorney cases, it's about 3 pro se for you as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Work/emergency. You have an announcement, Ms. Gizzier?
Yes, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Denny and he is wants to plead not guilty and wants a trial.
Okay, so we will reset Mrs. Denny's case further notice for jury trial. Mrs. Denny, that doesn't necessarily mean you'll have a trial, but what I recommend that you do is go forward and try to get an attorney who can assist you. You'll get another notice in the mail regarding your court date, okay? Ms. Givia, do you want to put the current offer onto the record?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right,
It
go
is
ahead.
12 months to serve, 2 days, credit for time served, 2 days, balance probated, a family violence intervention program, no further violent contact with the victim, 1 parenting class, and alcohol drug evaluation and treatment.
Okay, and Mr. Denny is rejecting that offer at this time.
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Denny, make sure, can you hear me, Mr. Denny? You need to unmute. Keep your address current with the court. Your case will not be resolved today, unfortunately, and we're placing you further, we're setting you for trial. That does not necessarily mean that you're going to trial, as I just said, but make sure you speak to an attorney who might be able to help you, okay?
All right.
All right, you're free to go. Keep your address current. All right, can Ms. Githier please be placed in the breakout with Mr. Ehrenberg or Ehrenberg? I'm sorry, is he still on Zoom?
Yes, I will send the invites right now.
All right, thank you. Oh, Mr. Stevens, and announcements?
I don't know if Mr. Farmer has already made the announcement. We'll be doing that plea on position, I believe it's 48.
We're gonna take it today?
If we have time, yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Farmer, are you here?
Hey, Judge, I'm here. I was on the phone just confirming everything with my client, but we'll be able to do the plea today.
Your client's gonna be able to, you're gonna be able to get the paperwork submitted to us? Or do we need to reset this to a final plea day in person or something like that?
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I was finished, go ahead.
Oh, yes, ma'am. We could do it today. He's only on his phone, so I don't know if he need to be at a computer to sign it. So it might be more efficiently if we did it later, but if it's all electronic, it's just a matter of him entering the plea and sending the paperwork in.
Or would he give you permission to sign for him? That we would have, I don't think it's electronic. You would.
There's, so Your Honor, I'm not sure if you're aware, there's a new pilot program for doing plea paperwork, and that new plea paperwork allows him to sign on behalf of the defendant. So
That's fine. If we can do that, can we see if we can get the plea paperwork and take the plea today?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm available to do it today, y'all.
Okay. So let's try. But I know there's other people who also need to speak to you, Mr. Stevens. I don't know how excellent you are at multitasking.
Your Honor, I would say that if in terms of taking the plea paperwork, I can write it up now and be done in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
But in terms of taking the plea, I wouldn't, unless you're fine.
No, I would say at least start the paperwork and let's submit it. And then let's try to take the plea.
Yes, Your Honor. And then Mr. Farmer, if you could just put in the chat your email real fast.
Will do.
Thank you.
And Ms. Helen or Ms. Rosenhuber, any announcements?
I still need to speak with Ms. Githiea about one case, but I think I'm about to be in another breakout room with another client. So
Okay.
not at this time, but we'll report back.
Ms. Helen, any announcements?
I do, Judge, but I'd like to make them all together. I'm still doing interviews.
Okay, I was hoping we could release some people, but all right, that's fine. Mr. Stevens, I know you're working on plea paperwork. In the meantime, I know that there are some challenges surrounding the case of Ms. Truitt, position 44, in which she is charged with criminal trespass and possession. In the abundance of free time that you have, will you please take a look at that case as well and see if there's some other resolution we could reach?
Yes, Your Honor.
In light of the charges. Perhaps a dead docket or something else, I don't know.
Your Honor, I'm not sure if Ms. Stewart is on here, but yeah.
No, she's not. So that, we're just asking you to take a look at it otherwise.
Yes, Your Honor.
And she is represented by Mr. Gaither.
Oh, okay. Well, we can talk then, whatever. Moment.
Hello?
Your Honor, I have spoken with Mr. Ehrenberg, but I'm not getting him back on the screen yet.
He's coming out. Ms. Rand, on the cases that were reset into a late status, even though it's supposed to be a final plea, can we just put a note in the comment that says should be taken final plea, just so that I know? Okay, that's perfect. Okay, I'm sorry. So what was the announcement, Ms. Githia?
Oh, I was stating that Mr. Ehrenberg and I are out of the breakout room, but I didn't see him back.
Figure out how to.
Send him an invite to come out of the breakout room. He just has to accept it.
Okay.
Well, if you'll still give me your announcement.
Yes, he is going to provide some additional information to me. So if we can have this reset.
Well, it sounds like he, I think I may know, especially since it says diversion. There's some indication that he was in diversion. So let's put this on another status.
And I don't know why, honestly, I don't know why there was stated a diversion.
That's incorrect?
Yes, that's incorrect, Your Honor.
Okay, so I know you can't, I don't want you to put on the record what the information is necessarily, but do you believe that there will be something that he'll provide and then you'll provide a no pros? Do you believe that's what's gonna happen in this case?
It won't be a null pros, but will be a resolution.
Okay, so
Yes.
let's put it on the August 4th status. Mr. Ehrenberg, if you're here, your case has been reset to August 4th. You'll appear as you did today for a status conference. And hopefully he'll provide you that information. Okay, and I think some members of the Public Defender's Office were waiting for you, Ms. Githia.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Your Honor.
Ms. Rosen Hoover, I believe, is waiting to speak to you as well.
Oh, okay. Did you want me to go into a breakout or you want me to give you a call?
Ms. Rosen Hoover, whatever one works for you is fine with me.
Yes, Ms. Githia, I'm about to jump into a breakout room with another client, but I do have two clients to talk to you about positions 20 and 22 whenever you have a chance.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. And I'll give you a call right when I'm done speaking to Mr. Swan. Thank you.
Okay.
Hello?
Hey, Mr. Swan, they're about to put us in a breakout room. Okay.
Your Honor.
Who's speaking? Ms. Todd?
Yes, ma'am. I just got off the phone with the number that y'all got, the 612 number. I just did I've been did the change of address, but she stated to me that I had court on yesterday, and that's why you didn't see my name today. But I told her I thought court was today, and she said that you already did a bench warrant, but I just not got the paper out of the mail.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, I was not here yesterday, so I can't speak to any of that. This is,
Oh, okay.
I was not assigned to this calendar yesterday. And there's nothing more I can do about whatever happened yesterday. As far as the day, what you should probably do you have an attorney?
No.
Okay, you should either contact the public defender's office outside of this hearing today or speak to some private counsel to see if they can fix this for you, okay? But you are not on today's calendar and I cannot undo anything that was done yesterday,
Okay.
okay? Take care, Ms. Scott. I'm listening to you. Yeah.
Hey, Your Honor. Miss, Judge.
Can you get on the mic and tell them how to address the judge directly? Can you get on the mic and inform everyone on Zoom they cannot address the judge directly?
Your Honor.
Any questions they have in the chat.
Anybody that's on Zoom, stand by. You can't interrupt the judge. If you have any information that you want to pass on, please put that information in chat. Understood? Once again, if you have any information that you want to pass on, make sure that you put it in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Thank you. Yes.
So I'm tracking, I still need to talk to position number 30, Martin, or it's like Canoris Martin, who may or may not have an attorney. He was gonna try and get a hold of him. And then position number 47, that was someone who's pro se, want to speak with me. And then position number 50, who's pro se and want to speak with me. I was saying if there's any other people, you said there's 3 or
I don't
4.
have any, those were the 3 that I had flagged
Okay.
that need to speak to you. So if you want to maybe go into the hall.
Yes, and if I
And then when you come back, we can do, or let's do the plea first. Is that paperwork?
unfortunately, I'm having some issues with the.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna reset it. So they give, Mr. Farmer, are you present? We tried our hardest to get that plea taken care of today. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be able to do it. So you and your client will have be set on the August 4th final plea calendar. If you would like to appear via Zoom, let us know. You can send the paperwork ahead of time since we're gonna take it today, okay? I can't hear you, Mr. Farmer, if you're speaking.
All right, I say I understand, Your Honor, and that's all the business I have for the day, if I could be excused.
Okay, so we'll reset your case. You and your client are free to go at this time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Take care. Have a good day. And Mr. Stevens, you're free to begin. Oh, and again, please look at Ms. Truitt's case to see if there's a lot of challenges I'm hearing. Let's see if there's anything the state might be willing to do regarding that matter.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you.
And if those three people I mentioned, Mr. Martin,
Mr. Martin, are you still present? You're gonna put your phone number in the chat to Mr. Stevens. Put your phone number in the chat so he can give you a call. Let's see,
Miss Webb, Shamika
Ms.
Webb.
Webb, please put your phone number in, not to everybody, put it in the chat. Scroll through and find, Mr. Stevens. I believe it says ASG Stevens on the Zoom. Send him your phone number.
What Stevens?
ASG Stevens. Look in the chat.
Jacob Stevens?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see, and then
Miss Webb and Miss Wembley.
Miss Webb and Miss Wembley, if you would also put your phone number in the chat so that Mr. Stevens can give you a call.
I'm still waiting on. See what it-
And we will be on hold for those announcements.
Meeting is being recorded.
Your Honor?
Yeah.
On Ms. Truitt's case, can we reset that to another status calendar? Because I'm getting a new offer where we may not have to.
Okay.
I'm getting a new offer for my client to consider without having to go through mental health court. She may want to consider the new offer.
Okay.
We're not gonna be able to obviously do that today. We're gonna need some time, but
We'll put it on the August 4th status.
Okay, that'd be good.
And Your Honor,
Hopefully we're not in the same position then.
Yep. And Your Honor, I understand the court position for the criminal trespass. Unfortunately, this is her fourth criminal trespass, all within 3 years at, I believe, the same location, and she's trespassed since then. So unfortunately, this is not something we can just no cross or do a diversion on.
Okay. We had to ask, but it sounds like there's some other issue that may be leading her to trespass.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, that's fine. We try. That's fine. All right, are there other announcements, Ms. Helen or Ms. Rosenhoover?
Hi, Judge. I'm on the phone with Miss Githia right now. If I could have just a moment, I'll report back.
All right, thank you. Ms. Helen, any announcements? And I'm assuming that will be no. Mr. Stevens, you have an announcement?
Yes, Your Honor, on number 30 with Mr. Martin,
Huh?
30 and 31, actually, I believe. I'm sorry, 29.
29 and 30,
He has retained private counsel. They're just not here right now. But he's told me that he's using that on private counsel for this case. So unfortunately, I can't continue conversation with them. He asked for it to be reset for August, but he also has trial on August 7th. So he's asking for it to be reset past that August 7th date.
Well, August 18th status work, Miss.
Yes.
Written. All right. Mr. Martin, are you present? Where's Mr. Martin? I hope he didn't think that was the end of it.
Judge, he's actually reloading back into the Zoom. It looks like he.
Okay. Thank you.
And then, I don't know.
Go ahead, you can continue.
Your Honor, so for position number 29, I believe that should still stay within this courtroom, but for position number 30, the theft is actually for a firearm. So that one's going to be transferred to the DA's office. I'm working on that transfer now.
Okay. Okay. Let Mr. Martin come back. Mr. Martin, please unmute.
Yes, ma'am.
Please make sure that your attorney enters an appearance. We've indicated that you have private counsel. We are resetting your case to the August 18th calendar. However, if your attorney doesn't enter an appearance and we don't get any notice, we won't be able to continue to give you these resets. He needs to appear or at least associate himself with or herself with this case. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So
And I'm gonna give Mr. Stevens his info.
yes, that's wonderful. Okay, so you're gonna be reset to August 18th. You're gonna show up at that time with your counsel, okay?
All right, thank you so much.
All right, you're free to go. Thank you. Take care.
All right, so.
All right. Mr. Stevens, were you able to speak with any of the other individuals?
Yeah, I wanted to make that announcement so Ms. Martin can leave.
Okay, thank you. Would you like to continue with,
Yes, Your Honor, with pretrial.
thank you. And everyone on Zoom is either waiting to speak to Mr. Stevens because they represent themselves, or waiting to speak to the public defender, or waiting to speak, waiting for the public defender to make an announcement. Is that correct? If it's not, please press the raise hand feature. Don't just start talking. So there were three options: waiting to speak to Mr. Stevens, have spoken to the public defender, waiting for that announcement, or waiting to speak to a public defender. Sorry. Is there anybody who doesn't meet those criteria? Okay.
I need to speak to somebody, Your Honor, to know what's going on about my case.
Okay, did you say that you want to speak to the public? What is your name, sir?
Demetrius Batson.
Again, and the instructions were to use the raise hand feature, but so I can speak to you. Your attorney announced pre-trial, so please hold, okay?
Okay.
I'll be with you as soon as I can, Mr. Batson. I'm on the phone with the Solicitor General. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Doster, you have your hand raised. I believe we've spoken. You're waiting to speak to one of the members of the solicitor's office, correct?
Yes, I already talked to the public defender. She told me to click back on.
Okay, so then there's nothing for us to speak about yet, okay? Your public defender will
Okay.
come forward and speak for you, okay?
Okay.
So we are holding on position 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8, 9, 10, 16, 18. We're holding on quite a few cases. Well, Mr. Haddad and Mr. Gaither can go.
And Your Honor, I have a few announcements. I apologize if I'm interrupting.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. I tried to call position 4 Bagley. He didn't answer, so I'll try again at the end of these announcements. Second position, number 7 on the status conference calendar, Mr. Kane, he did not qualify for our services, but he would like to directly speak to the ASG.
Okay, so that would be Ms. Githier. And Ms. Githier, are you present? Or is she speaking to Ms.
I am available, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Kane does not qualify for the services of the Public Defender's Office. I'd like to briefly place him in a breakout with you. Mr. Kane, do not give her your defenses in this case. You're here to hear an offer regarding this, and then let her come back and give us the announcement, okay? And I believe Mr. Joyner is here as the victim in this case. So, Ms. Gibby, have you be placed in the breakout with Mr. Kane. Thank you.
My next announcement, Your Honor, is position 13, Mr. Doster. He appeared on Zoom. He does qualify. I'll enter in my appearance. Can we reset this to a final plea calendar, Your Honor?
Okay. All right, so we will reset Mr. Doster to the August 4th final plea. Mr. Doster, you're free to go at this time, okay?
I apologize, Judge. Will he appear in person for the final plea calendar?
Yes.
So Mr. Doster, no Zoom, appear at the 160 courthouse. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Ms. Helen, please continue.
My next position is position 18, Mr. Givens. He is
Okay.
on Zoom. I apologize, Judge. Didn't want to interrupt you.
No, I wasn't saying anything. Please continue.
He is on Zoom. He does qualify. I would also like to reset that to the final plea calendar. This is my second DUI case. I just want to enter in my appearance and watch videos before that next court date, Judge.
All right, so reset to August 4th, final plea.
Excuse me, what time?
It'll be at 1:30.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. And Mr. Dawson and Mr. Gibbons are both free to go at this time. Your next announcement, Ms. Helen?
I apologize. Is Mr. Gibbons understanding he has to come in person? Mr. Gibbons?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
When is it?
August 4th at 1:30 p.m. in person at Courthouse 160 Pryor Street.
All right.
All right, next case, Ms. Helen.
And then the next case that I've spoken to is position 50, Miss Wembley. She does qualify. I'd also like to enter my appearance and have that case reset to the final plea calendar.
Okay, that's not the case that Mr. Stevens stepped into the hall to speak to her, is it?
I don't think so.
I would hope not. Okay, so what we'll do is we will reset that to a final plea on August the 4th.
Understood, Judge. My next announcement, position 32, Miss Miller, she's on Zoom.
August 4th. Continue, Ms. Helen.
I apologize. She's on Zoom, Judge. We're going to reset to the final plea calendar, August 4th, and I do believe that that's going to be in person, Miss Miller.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
So reset, thank you.
And Miss Miller is excused. Your
Ms.
Honor.
Miller is excused.
The time one more time, Attorney Helen?
It'll be, you're gonna get a notice, but it's at 1:30.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, take care. All right, your next announcement, Ms. Helen?
I need to call Mr. Bagley. I tried to call, he didn't answer, so I believe I have at least 2 more people to call.
Okay, Mr. Bagley, answer the phone. All right. Moving along, hopefully. I see someone on the screen named Ben. I'm trying to see. There's someone who is Ben. Who am I saying? Ms. Scipio, you have an announcement?
Mr. Kane never came into the breakout room.
He's not here now, so I'm assuming he's there. Yeah, he's not in our main conference now, so I'm assuming he's.
I think he left. I'll text him and told him to come back because he was using his phone to do the interview as well as the conference call.
Okay. Mr. Stevens, we await your announcements with abated breath. What are your announcements?
Position number 47, Your Honor. That one's gonna be reset to a status, but I think it's gonna be resolved before then. Basically, she has her certificate that she's sending me right now of completion of Operation 21 diversion, but unfortunately, in the file itself, I cannot find it where we offered
That's
diversion
fine.
in the first place, so I'm gonna go track that down and make sure that it's taken care of. And it'll be-
Okay, we will reset to August 4th status, Ms. Webb. You're free to go at this time.
You said August 12th, Your Honor?
August 4th.
4th.
Ms. Webb, you're free to go. You're reset to August 4th status calendar. At, that one is at 9 a.m.
All right, thank you.
Any other announcements, Mr. Stevens?
No, I'm about to speak with Ms. Wembley, or Ms. Wembley, I apologize.
Ms. Wembley is represented by Ms. Helen, so that one is stricken from your list.
Got it.
Can I leave?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
As I said 3 times, you're free to go. All right, we now have, was there anyone else per se waiting to speak to Mr. Stevens? I don't believe so. Ms. Gideon, you have an announcement? Did Mr. Kane finally come in?
No, he has not. I think Miss Helen was trying to give him a call.
He just rejoined.
Okay, so if Mr. Kane could be put in the breakout with Ms. Githia.
And Your Honor, I know position number 32 was gonna talk to public defender. I was just seeing if they are represented now or if they're wanting to talk to me for pretrial.
Oh, Ms. Miller, she's represented by a public defender, so that's stricken from your list as well. And reset to August 4th.
Send the message. I will be there.
Do we know who Ben? Sir, what is your name? Your screen name just says Ben. You're muted, we cannot hear you.
Benjamin Alvarado.
Okay, Mr. Alvarado, are you waiting to speak to the public defender's office?
No, last time I talked to them, they said I don't qualify.
Okay, so, you would need to speak to Ms. Githia then. Were you here when I called the calendar?
Yes.
Okay, we didn't have an indication that you were here. When Ms. Githia returns, you'll speak with her regarding your case, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Do not give her your defenses.
Okay.
And is everyone else waiting to speak with either the public defender's office or a member of the solicitor's office? Is there anyone on this Zoom conference who we have not addressed? Okay,
I have
yes,
one more announcement, Judge, if the court is ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Yes, Your Honor, I spoke to position 4, Mr. Bagley. He does not qualify for our services, but he would like to speak to the solicitor's office directly here.
Okay, thank you. There's 2 people waiting for Ms. Githia.
And Your Honor, is there anyone else waiting online to speak with the public defender?
That's what I need to know. Mr. Hamer Hodges.
Okay, that's my case as well. I'll speak to Mr. Hodges. Mr. Hodges, I messaged you to get your phone number. Please look at the chat or come online and give me your number now.
I've been speaking with another representative, Miss Rosenhoover.
That's okay. That's okay. You're a part of our office as long as a public defender has you.
Okay.
Miss Rosenhoover, do you have other announcements?
I do, Judge.
Okay, we're ready.
Okay, for position number 6, Mr. Demetrius Batson, I spoke with him as well as Ms. Githia, and I believe that there is some outstanding discovery. I don't think that the incident report has come back yet, and I believe she is requesting body camera footage. So if we could get a status date to be thoroughly review the case, we'd appreciate it.
All right, August 4th status.
Okay.
All right, your next case?
Position number 20, Mr. Hamer Hodges. If we could also get an August 4th status calendar date. I've spoken with him as well as the state, and we're just not quite at a resolution yet.
All right, thank you. We'll reset that there. All right, any other announcements?
Yes, Judge. Position number 22, Miss Latanya Harvey. We are still trying to work on that case, but again, I spoke with the state and with her if we could get the August 4th status calendar.
All right. So reset. And so I hope that we'll take some pleas at that time. All
I
right,
hope so too. And I have one more. Position number 42, Mr. Jeremy Swan. Same announcement, Judge.
all right. And if your clients are gonna take pleas at that time, please let us know. They'll need to either appear in person or have the paperwork to you ahead of time. Same as
Absolutely.
Ms. Helen. All right, all of those parties whose names Ms. Rosenhoover just mentioned are free to go at this time. Other than those who are still waiting to speak to the public, to the solicitor's office.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, take care. Have a good day. Ms. Gizia, position 6.
Okay.
Needs to speak with you. I'm sorry, not position 6, position 4. Mr. Bagley needs to speak with you. And there was another party, Mr. Alvarado. So, but I'm gonna have you speak with Mr. Bagley first. So that would be position 4. You're muted, Ms.
With regards to Mr. Kane, position 7 and 8. I
Yes.
did give him the offers on both cases, and he stated he wanted to plead not guilty and
Okay.
have the case placed on the trial calendar.
We'll put Mr. Kane, your case will be reset for jury trial. Please move forward. We're trying to find an attorney. We will not have a court date yet, because jury trial dates are not yet assigned. Keep your address current with the court. Mr. Joyner, I understand that you're here as a victim in this case. The defendant will not be sentenced, nor will his case be resolved today. You should receive other notice regarding his court date, but we just don't have it at this time. So both of you are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor, and to the solicitor's office, and have a great weekend.
Take
You
care,
too.
everyone. Bye-bye. Thank you for coming. All right, Mr. Kane is free to go. Ms. Gizia, if you could speak to Mr. Bagley, if we could put them in the breakout, please. And Ms. Rosenhoover, any other announcements?
Those are all of my announcements so far, Judge, but I want the court and anyone else who's on Zoom to know if anyone else still needs to speak with a public defender that Ms. Helen has not gotten to. I'm happy to go into a breakout room and qualify.
And me too, Judge, if there's anyone else too, I can jump on too.
Okay, is there anyone else that has not spoken with a public defender who qualifies for their services?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, Mr. Griffin, I do have it. It said PD hold. Did anyone speak to Mr. Griffin?
I didn't, Judge, but I'm happy to do that right now if we can get a breakout room.
Okay, and Mr. Strand, did anyone speak to Mr. Strand?
I did not, but
Okay, I have it. That one's a PD hold as well.
understood, Judge.
Thank you. Mr. Batley, you're free to go.
And Mr. Strand, please message me your number in the chat. Thank you.
Mr. Batson, I don't know if you're having connectivity issues, but the judge excused you. Can you hear me?
Mr. Batson, you're free to go at this time. And I'm sorry, Mr. Stevens, your announcement?
Just for Attorney Helen and Attorney Rosenhuber, if they're not already gone to the breakout rooms for those last 2 positions, Mr. Strand and Mr. Swan, I have updates for them in terms of offers, if they want to hear them.
Mr. Swan, we reset, so maybe you just email Miss Helen or Miss Rosenhuber. The other one though is still pending. Mr. Strand is still here.
Okay.
So I think Miss Helen is speaking with him now to see if he qualifies. So if you want to communicate the offer to her.
Mr. Griffin, can you please join PD Rosenhuber in the breakout room?
All right, Mr. Batson, you're free to go. We only are, after this, we're holding on Mr. Alvarado, and that should be Mr. Alvarado waiting to speak to Ms. Githia.
Mr. Strand, I'm calling. Please answer. Thank you.
Ms. Guthier, you have an announcement?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Bagley accepted the state's offer. However, he doesn't have access to a printer right now, so this can be reset to a final plea calendar.
All right, Mr. Bagley, your case will be reset to a final plea on August the 4th at 1:30. Ms. Guthier, will you put the offer onto the record?
Yes, for count one, it is 12 months probation, a $300 fine plus court costs and fees. And for count two is 12 months probation, a $300 fine plus court costs and fees. The balance will be suspended upon completion of the payment of the conditions.
All right, that will be is he here, Mr. Bagley? Okay, that will be the offer. Feel free between now and August 4th to speak with an attorney as well, all right? You will be reset to the August 4th final plea calendar, all right?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Bagley, can you please put your phone number and your email address in the chat before you leave?
So that Ms. Guthier
Okay.
can see you some documents. Once you've done that, you're free to go and we'll see you here on August the 4th. I believe that calendar will be in person. But if we get the paperwork ahead of time, yeah, we'll just leave it August for final plea. All right.
Okay, and will I get a notice in the mail?
Yes, you'll get another notice in the mail. All right,
Okay,
take
thank
care.
you.
All
Before
right,
you leave, please put your phone number and your email address in the chat.
Okay.
don't leave until you do that. And then Ms. Guthier, Mr. Alvarado needs to speak with you as well.
Okay.
Would you like me to create a breakout room?
That probably would be best. Okay, so we are almost done.
I just don't have a note for Andrews.
Andrew's position number two.
Yeah, I have a note down on
Two,
it.
I have final plea reset, August 4th. Position 3, I have nothing, FTA. And those who
About, unique Clemens position number 10.
I don't think that position appeared.
I have her on Zoom.
Does she?
Yes, Judge, I have her on Zoom.
Oh, I do have free trial. Mr. Haddad, do you all represent her?
Our office does. She was on Zoom, Judge. I had asked either Ms. Helen or Ms. Rose.
Did Ms. Rosenhuber, did anybody speak to Unique Clemens?
I did not get a chance to, Judge.
She dropped off before then? Okay. So what we'll do is she'll still go to show cause.
And Your Honor, I have that one last announcement.
All right.
Mr. Strand, position 41 on the status conference calendar. I have his application. He does not qualify for our services. He would, however, I don't know if you have enough time, either speak with the solicitor or be reset to have an opportunity to do that.
That's Mr. Stevens. He can speak briefly, I believe.
Understood, Judge.
Okay, so Mr. Is he back on the Zoom?
I think he's logging back in, Judge. He was using his phone for the call and the Zoom conference.
Okay. Ms. Givier, you have an announcement?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Alvarado has accepted the state's offer. He doesn't have access to a printer today, so we can reset this for a final plea calendar.
Okay, and please put the offer onto the record.
For count one, it is a $200 fine. And for count two, 12 months to serve 48 hours, credit for time served 48 hours, balance probated, a $500 fine, and a restitution of $500 to the victim, Tracy Edwards.
Okay. With that offer will be extended. Please, Mr. Alvarado, give Ms. Givier your phone number and email. Keep your address current with the court. You will receive a notice to appear in person on August 4th to take your plea. Okay?
Okay.
Once you've given her that, you're free to go. Did the other gentleman come back?
Yes, Judge. Mr. Griffin is here. I see him in the corner. His video's not on, but he does qualify for our services. Were you speaking about the other gentleman that Ms. Helen spoke with?
Not Mr. Griffin, the other one. What was his name?
Mr. Strand. I think
Mr.
that
Strand,
he's
did
gonna join
Mr.
now.
Strand come back?
He's coming in from the waiting room. I think he probably left all instead of just leaving the breakout room.
Okay, so we're gonna let Mr. Strand speak to Mr. Stevens very quickly. Mr. Strand, please message a phone number to ASG Stevens. It should say ASG Jacob Stevens, where he can give you a very quick call regarding your case, okay? Okay, please message that. All right, Ms. Rosenhuber, please continue.
I don't see it on here in the chat.
No, you find his name in the chat and you send him your number. Okay, now, Ms. Rosenhuber, your announcement.
Yes, Judge. Position number 19, Mr. Brandon Griffin does qualify for our services. I will be filing an entry of appearance in his case. If we could please have the August 4th status date.
Okay. So reset, and Mr. Griffin, you're free to go at this time.
Thank you.
Okay. And Mr. Strand, we're just holding for you. Mr. Alvarado, did you give Ms. Givier your phone number and email so that you can be excused?
Yes, I have.
Okay, Ms. Givier, you have it?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
All right. You can be excused. Mr. Strand, can you please give a phone number to Mr. Stevens? We are almost begging you to figure it out.
We can also do a breakout room and I can just go outside as well.
Okay, let's do a breakout room. Ms. Hills, will you please put those two in a breakout?
Oh, he's in. I'll give him a call.
Mr. Stevens, will you be terribly disappointed if we review the calendar in your absence?
If you can stop at position 27, that'd be much appreciated, but I think up till 27 is not.
Okay, we'll just wait since it seems that you want to hear the calendar. Go
I
ahead.
just want to confirm that's the breakout room with Stevens and Griffin
Yeah, Stevens and Strand.
and Strand. Thank you.
Okay, well. And other than that, that'll be our last position. It's $1 amendment. Oh, I remember those things. I'm glad it's over for me. It's $5. Yeah, I'm glad they're over for me. They need fish on right. Miss Gizzi's, but Miss Gizzi, you have an announcement or no?
Do I have any, I don't have any current announcements, Your Honor.
Oh, I got disappointed. That's right. We're not waiting for you. Okay. That's right. Okay. Thank you. All right, Mr. Stevens, your announcement?
Yes, Your Honor. So right now, on there. The defendant and the state are requesting this reset probably till early September. Right now, this is there might be an additional charge related to gun violence that's going to be added on. So as of right now, the offer officially is 12 months to serve. And since that needs more
Oh,
time.
yeah, that is a lot more time.
He needs time
Okay.
to try and obtain private counsel.
Please try to get an attorney, Mr. Strand. We're gonna reset it to the first week of September status. If
Okay.
it's ready, is that possible?
Yes, Judge.
Okay, please go forward and try to find an attorney, okay? And
Okay, thank you.
give them Mr. Stevens's contact. Did you give him your contact information?
I did not, but I can.
Okay, Mrs. Strand, we're gonna get Mrs. Stevens's contact information. Please provide that to any attorney you hire. And please please move forward quickly with getting assistance, okay? Once
Okay.
you receive that information, you are free to go.
Okay.
I just sent it.
All right.
Uh,
Ms. Redden, will you please review the calendar for me so quickly?
Everyone, I'm going to read last names since there were some concerns earlier. Alvarado, reset August 4th, final plea. Andrews, reset August 4th, final plea. Andrews, show cause August 4th. Bagley, final plea August 4th. Bates, further notice for completion of classes. We will look to further notice that sometime in October. Baston, reset status August 4th. Kane, request jury trial. Kane, request jury trial. Cherry, reset August 4th, final plea. Clemens, reset show cause August 4th. Costs, reset on a status calendar for a final plea must appear in person. In-person notice will be sent for August 18th. Denny, reset jury trial. Doster, August 4th, final plea. Ehrenberg, reset August 4th, status. Elliott, August 4th, final plea. Evans, show cause August 4th. Gill, August 4th, final plea. Givens, final plea August 4th. Griffin, status August 4th. Hammer Hodges, status August 4th. Harrison, show cause August 4th. Harvey, status August 4th. Airby, August 4th, final plea. Jean, August 4th, final plea. Jean, August 4th, final plea. Johnson, show cause August 4th. Lamar, final plea August 4th. Lockett, show cause August 4th. Martin,
Sorry, I apologize. On the number position number 28, the state is not going to be requesting a bench warrant because since there is that question about diversion, I don't want them, if they thought case was.
Which I'm not issuing any bench warrants today. All cases in which defendants did not appear for this, since the status and we're presuming they appeared the first time, are gonna be reset to the show cause calendar.
Roger, understood.
And from the show cause calendar, bench warrants for issue. I apologize for the dropping of a bag.
Thank you, Your Honor. I apologize for interrupting.
No worries.
Martin, August 18th, status. Martin, August 18th, status. McHenry, August 4th, status. Miller, August 4th, final plea. Moon, August 4th, show cause. Northcross, August 4th, show cause. PAPA, CSI, August 4th, show calls. Parker, August 4th, show calls. Plaza, August 4th, show calls. Portillo, jury trial. Shivers, the case will be no pros to be received from ASG. Smith, show calls August 4th. Strand, status September 8th. Swan, status August 4th. Thomas, show calls August 4th. Truitt, status August 4th. Walker, show calls August 4th. Walker, final plea August 4th. Webb, status August 4th. Wharton, final plea August 4th. Williams, show calls August 4th. Wembley, final plea August 4th. Woodruff, status for a final plea August 18th, must appear in person. An in-person notice will be mailed.
Any other comments, changes, corrections, or questions? Okay.
I apologize, Judge. Can I be emailed the calendar you were using just to make sure we have all of the cases that were called today? Because our calendar was missing some.
I'll take it.
Mr. Haddad said he's got you.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay, thanks. Sorry, I didn't realize he
No,
had.
no, no worries. Thank you. I'd rather you have it than not. We'll be in recess until the next Orca status. I believe it's on Wednesday. Take care, everyone.